So I'm Kate Gibbons. I'm the partner responsible for knowledge in the firm, and I chair our thought leadership board. So to run you through my career, I started here not as a trainee solicitor. I'd already been working in another law firm and then in a bank. And I arrived and I started doing banking and finance. I shortly after that went to Tokyo for 18 months, and when I came back, I worked in our leveraged finance area. And then 3 or 4 years after that, I went to our Hong Kong office, where I headed up a small banking group, and I had 2 children, came back to London, was declared unnannyable by our nanny agency, and I went in and resigned. I decided to resign because I discovered that the only person who was prepared to be my nanny had decided that the best way of disciplining our 4-year-old son was to put him outside the front door of an Islington house and close it, and let him back in half an hour later, at which point I had reached despair because I thought I can't find anyone who's capable of looking after my children. I'm going to have to go home and do it myself. And my partners said to me, please don't resign, we'll find you something to do. So from there, my new career started in the knowledge area of Clifford Chance. Firstly, I was responsible for the securitization templates. Then I became responsible for finance and capital markets knowledge function. And then I became the global knowledge partner and the chair of the thought leadership board. I'm on the Chatham House Council. I'm a director of a legal charity. I'm interested in Index on Censorship, for which I'm the client partner, and I also take an interest in Poet in the City. There weren't many of us when I joined the firm in 1985 who were women, so you felt kind of special. It was quite nice to be part of a minority. I think the people you work with were quite proud of working with a woman because there were so few of you. On the other hand, you did know you were an outlier. I think people are much more respectful of diversity now, and I don't think they'd ever dream of trying to single you out by virtue of your sex or your background. So I think it's changed in that way. Do I think it's a completely level playing field? Possibly not, but I think the point at which it's not level is not necessarily because of the work context. I also think there are certain social mores that haven't caught up with the fact that women are as able to do this job as men are. In fact, I'd argue in many cases they're better. I think Clifford Chance does not rest on its laurels and doesn't have a particularly clear view of the sort of person who should come here. So in that sense, I think it's just got endless depth and variety, and I'm honestly not just saying that. I think many people would say, no, it's not the hierarchical blue blood firm, or it's not the firm where all sporting blues go to, or you don't have to come from a particular social background, and that's really evident in the people you meet every day here. I'm famous for the fact that I can't stop doodling. Apparently, psychologists tell you that it helps you to concentrate. I have a pack of 12 very finely coloured nibs of different shapes and hues, which I use to do the exoskeleton of my flower. And then I have 36 tiny little sharpened pencils from Paper Chase, which I use to colour them in. I have many proud moments in my career, but I must say I wish I kept the letter from the Hong Kong Stock Exchange thanking me for preventing a financial crisis when Peregrine nearly collapsed. Unfortunately, that's in a box somewhere in Hong Kong Harbour, and I'll never be able to dredge that up, but I felt pretty great about that. I most enjoy the people at Clifford Chance. I have got friends in every city. I say to my children, if we're travelling somewhere, I'll just go and look up so-and-so. I did this deal with them back in the day. People have long institutional memories here. Many people don't move on, so they're in situ. But if they do move on, you can go and look them up. It's almost as if you went through such strong and challenging times together that you never forget that moment. And as I say, I like the banter, I like the fun. It's fun to be here.